This video is sponsored by Hotjar. It's 10 p.m. and I am just eating dinner. This is extraordinarily urgent. All the leadership needs it. Can you do it by 9 a.m. tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I just told my manager I quit. Today is last day of interviews I have with some of my companies. I've been preparing for a long time. Whatever happens, happens. Thank you both for taking me along the journey and the process. Heyo, it's Chlo. I am thrilled to announce that I finally got my dream job. Okay, maybe dream job is kind of a strong word, but in my current hierarchy of needs and all the things that I'm looking for in my life right now, I could not have asked for a better job. And this is a first for me. I recently got this message in my Discord server asking me, now that you hit your goals, what's next? And you know what, PPLoom09?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's a really hard question to answer because people easily get caught up in the whole rat race of getting to the next level or the next promotion, the next big job, not really thinking about the why behind it all. So today I'm going to be sharing my plans for my future, and hopefully it'll be some good food for thought for yours and your 2022 New Year's resolutions. I may not always know what's next in my future, but I do know what's next in this video, and that is a word from our sponsor, Hotjar. If you've got a side hustle, or you own a website, or you're gonna build one, you might want to hear about today's sponsor, Hotjar. Hotjar is a simple yet powerful tool that helps you confidently understand how people are experiencing your website. How it works is that Hotjar builds a visual heat map of exactly where people are clicking on your site and what percentage of them are actually scrolling to the bottom or the middle of your site, so you know where to place your calls to action. You get live playbacks to see how users rage click, move their mouse, or struggle to get past a certain part of your site. You can also easily set up a suggestions box and get quick feedback, or you can run targeted surveys to validate your ideas in real time. Hotjar goes beyond the traditional web and product analytics. They combine the qualitative and quantitative data to discover what users are feeling in fast and intuitive ways that help you spot issues and help your product and business succeed. A ton of top-tier industry leaders also use Hotjar, super legit. And if you've got a whole team of people with all kinds of opinions, the way that Hotjar organizes its insights equips you with convincing evidence to help rally your whole team and agree on the same game plan. Stakeholder alignment! As a product manager, I love tools that help me understand my users so I can craft the best possible experience for them. If you want to try out their 30-day free business trial, check out their product demo, or to show some love from the chlo community, click on my unique link down below in the description to see why Hotjar is a must-have for any business. Thank you, Hotjar, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Okay, so what is next? My first thought is, well, nothing.
I don't want to work anymore.
I should really take advantage of this time and enjoy my life where I'm at. But when the time does come for me to take a more proactive step in growing myself, what would that look like? For me, I've always bucketed my goals into 3 categories: career, content, and personal. Wait. Career, content, Chloe, 3 C's. Okay, so career. I hinted at this in the intro, but my career history has always been kind of a struggle bus. Hey! But on this bus route, I'm finally at a stop where things are going well, and that's really new to me. It doesn't mean I am resting investing. There's still so many things to do. I am a product manager on the communities team, and my mission is to make Discord the home for your community. There's a lot for me to ramp up on, and I've been onboarding. My manager gave me a really great 30, 60, 90 plan, which I can share in a future video. But at Discord, we do this thing where we set up steps for people to crawl, walk, and run, and that way it'll help them take reasonable steps to ramp up quickly. So that's been going well. Last week, I flew up to San Francisco, and I met with my manager. We went to a cute coffee shop in Berkeley, and then we had our career development conversation. He asked me what I wanted to do in my future, and I was like, well, what do you want to do? He was like, well, I want to make a game. And I was like, oh, my partner does too, which means I probably have to be his sugar mama to pay for the bills because he will be poor. Anyways, back to the actual job. Because for the first time, I don't really have to worry about some of the more like toxic things that happen in work. My time and my mental energy has really been freed up to focus on the fun things at work, which is the work itself. Yeah. With respect to the way that I want to show up to work, I want to become a gravitational force in the workplace. And what that looks like is people see me as someone who has their back, who has it together, and who treats people well. And people will say, I want to be on Chloe's team. That is a state of my work personality that I hope to foster. I think regardless of where anyone's at in their career, it's always important to have these goals and intentions. It helps me establish why I wake up every day and go into work. It's also just really fun to try out new things and watch myself grow into a beautiful butterfly. In career, I think. Anyways, that was career. Now there's content, which is what you're watching now. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you for being here. I give you my warm welcome into the chlo community. And don't forget to subscribe. A lot of people ask me why I do content, and honestly, it has been a dream of mine for like over 10 years now. I grew up in the YouTube generation. Every day I would watch YouTube and watch all these content creators, and it's become the way that I like to express myself and my stories and my challenges. I am so fortunate to finally have the headspace and the physical space to actually do this in the last year. I also just love the arts and storytelling through video, music, drawing. So my goal next year is to learn all kinds of creative methods to tell stories that resonate with the world. On top of that, I'm also really passionate about speaking up for women of color in tech. So this next year, I'm planning to share all of the career lessons that I've learned in my journey. I'm going to build resources for all of y'all that's super accessible, and I hope to elevate those from underrepresented, under-resourced backgrounds so that they can start at farther starting lines in their career lives. So that was content, and now let's talk about the personal stuff, the Chloe part of the life. This is actually the most important part, and I'm saving the best for last. I have hustled all my life throughout college, throughout every single job up until now, and now I'm really happy to be here at my dream job, but that came at a price. And that is developing this relationship with toxic productivity and never being able to turn off and chill.
Let's see my to-do list. Go to work, go to work, go to work, go to work, go to work.
And I want to change that. I want to learn to do absolutely nothing with myself, with my partner, and with my friends. And I think we can all agree that there are days when an agenda is not needed, and sometimes those days bring joy in the most unexpected ways. And I want to be a great partner to the person who has never failed to be patient and supportive of me whenever I'm going through the messy parts of life. Oh, hey, Kevin.
Hi.
Hey. I want to spend time showing my friends and family how much they mean to me. And I want to explore the world before the environment goes to shit and we're no longer able to live in this era in the way that we do now. So yeah, that's me. Now, how will I manifest this all? How will I make all these new dreams come true? That is the 45.6 billion won question. The most limiting factor right now to accomplish all of this is time. The reality is a full-time job is still a freaking lot. And I can't say that I only work 40 hours a week, and also YouTube and Twitch take up a non-trivial amount of my time. And I know people be like, well, Chloe, have you ever heard of the 4-hour work week? And I'm like, yeah, I read the book. And while there are a lot of great learnings and practices from that book, for every Tim Ferriss who's out there doing the bare minimum at a job and cutting corners, there's a Chloe out there cleaning up the sloppy work. And it's not about Tim and his practices, it's more about me and my values of duty that I'm not comfortable compromising. And I know there is a balance and I can tone it down a little bit more, so that's what I'm gonna work on. Actually, in my latest career conversation with my manager, I brought this up and I asked him to coach me on how I can become more selective to help prioritize my time better. So it's really not about hitting the impact metrics or just like making an impact at work. It really is about sustainably making an impact at work and hopefully not work nights and weekends. Content, on the other hand, is harder to manage. This YouTube and Twitch stuff is honestly so much more work than it seems like, and it's not a casual thing to do. It's way more meaningful when you get to a minimum threshold of activity. Kind of like learning a new instrument or a new language. You gotta do it several times a week to make meaningful progress, otherwise it's kind of a waste of time, you know? But I have accepted that it is simply not possible to do it all. And I'm gonna have to lean on others for support. And that's okay. I mean, the Discord server has honestly been such a great place to workshop my ideas. I'm very grateful for all the feedback I get there. But I'm gonna have to build a team to make Colors of Chloe awesome for you all. Stay tuned for announcements on joining Team Chloe. Woohoo! Hopefully, building these systems in place will free up my time so I can spend quality time with my partner, with my friends, with my family. And speaking of my partner, Kevin, honestly, all he wants is for me to play video games with him. Like, that is his only love language. The bar is pretty low, but I have failed to hit it in the last 2 months. I have not had a single game night with him. So the goal for me is to play video games with him at least once a week without thinking about falling behind in my other work or goals, which is actually a lot harder than it sounds, okay? Ultimately, I gotta develop the language, the timeliness of setting clear expectations and boundaries, and to have the flexibility to know that it's not gonna be perfect. Things are not gonna work out, things are gonna fall through, and that's okay. So these are my New Year's resolutions and how I'm gonna make them all come true. My grand plan. I want to hear about you too. What are your New Year's resolutions? And if we're not there yet, maybe what are some things you are really proud to have done this year? Do share in the comment description down below, and I'm definitely going to respond to you to cheer you on. Just know that wherever you are in life, your girl Chlo here is rooting for you, okay?
I got your back from right here.
Mega thanks to Hotjar for being our phenomenal sponsor of today's video. I know a lot of y'all are gonna start your side hustles next year, so it might be a good tool to just bookmark for next year. The rest of the year for me is just hanging out during the holiday break. I'm gonna watch Matrix 4, Spider-Man, I'm gonna eat a lot of hot pot on Christmas Eve. I'm also back doing short videos. Check out my TikTok and Instagram for those posts. I'm also still gonna be streaming on Twitch. Maybe I won't be co-working, but I could be playing video games with Kevin, so come by and hang out. And that's all for now. Thank you so much to the Uniqlos who have subscribed to my Twitch channel and have boosted my Discord server or have supported me in other ways. I love you all so much. I hope to see you all again in the next year. Bye everyone! Happy New Year!